which is, fortunately, guys, I got to bring you some sad news. So yesterday, Kelly Clarkson went and posted this. She posted something on her social medias where she basically had to let her fans know that she has to cancel dates for her Vegas residency, and she was keeping it private as to why. But I think yesterday things got so serious that she was just like, I got to be transparent, let everybody know. And basically, her ex-husband, who she was fighting a lot with, they had a messy divorce. Brendan Blackstock has been privately suffering from or battling cancer. Well, he's been suffering from, but he's been battling cancer privately. I did not know he's been fighting for, it seemed like they said, the past 4 years. Well, so she put that out yesterday. Well, today it was announced that he passed away at the age of 48. So I think yesterday she probably got the news. It was like, it's serious. You really need to come down, have the kids come down and say their goodbyes because he's not going to be long for this earth. So I think that's what that was yesterday. She had to put that statement out. And so now when little kids lose a parent, that's like a lot for them to deal with. So we do have that story. So let's get into it. So the family announced the news in a statement and said the following. They said, "It is with great sadness that we share the news that Brandon Blackstock has passed away," a rep told People. Brandon bravely battled cancer for more than 3 years. He passed away peacefully and was surrounded by family. We thank you for your thoughts and prayers and ask everyone to respect the family's privacy during this very difficult time. Now, for those who don't also know that he was a talent manager, he also was the manager of Kelly Clarkson, and he was the former stepson of Reba McEntire. So for those who didn't know that, now they said the announcement comes hours after Clarkson announced on Wednesday night that she was postponing her Vegas residency due to Blackstock being ill, saying, quote, "While I normally keep my personal life private, this past year, my children's father has been ill, and at this moment, I feel I need to be fully present for them." And then that's when she basically went on to thank the fans for, understanding what she's dealing with. Because it's like, yeah, when this comes down to something like this, people have to be understanding now. Somebody come out there, but what about my ticket? I'm not trying. I said, first of all, this is where I would have to dive through the screen, slap some sense into you. It's like, have some kind of compassion and just understand that, you know what, at the end of the day, these artists are human beings and things happen. And I don't think she thought it would get to this point so quickly. And it's just ill time. Now, she and Blackstock share daughter River, who's 11, and son Remington, who is 9. He also has 2 other kids, Savannah and Seth, from previous relationships, and was damn, he's a grandfather already? Well, he's 48, so that would kind of be considered grandfather era, I guess, when you're from the South, and was a grandfather to Savannah's son, Lake. Now, Clarkson and Blackstock, a talent manager and producer, began dating in February 2012, first meeting years earlier after they were introduced by the latter's father, Narvel, who was Clarkson's manager at the time. The pair became engaged the following December and tied the knot in October 2013. Now, following their marriage, Clarkson became the daughter-in-law of Reba McEntire, who is Blackstock's former stepmother. The country icon was married to Narvel Blackstock from 1989 until 2015. In the years since her divorce, McEntire has remained close with the Blackstocks and Clarkson, who was friends with McEntire even before she met Blackstock. Now, meanwhile, Blackstock and Clarkson went on to welcome 2 children, as it was already said, River and Remington, who were born in 2014 and 2016. Blackstock also became Clarkson's manager during their marriage and was an EP on her daytime talk show, The Kelly Clarkson Show. But after 7 years of marriage, they, divorced in June of 2020. And it's funny enough, because I remember I actually got to meet Brandon, and I actually met Kelly. And this is the time when I was living in LA. It's funny how, like, I was like, at the time when I was living in LA, you will be surprised. Like, if you're in the Beverly Hills era, like any part of the LA era, you will bump into famous people. And when I worked in Century City, in that whole area, which is in Beverly Hills, I actually ran into them. There was her, him, the family, and I think this girl here. I don't know if I'm in between that's next to her and next to Kelly. I think she was there too, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to remember like 3-4 years ago, but I remember seeing them. They were out and about and stuff. And since I worked in that area, whatever, that was when I spotted. That was my celebrity spotting, one of the many, because I told you I met Halle Berry as well. But and many other, Jay Leno, was a bunch of celebrities. But yeah, so with that all being said, you know what? My condolences to the Blackstocks. My condolences, regardless of what happened between their marriage and stuff. That was someone she was married to in love. That's her children's father. He has other kids from a previous relationship, and no one deserves as a kid to deal with the loss of a parent. Like, I know that's got to be hard on the family and everything right now. Hopefully, they'll be able to work everything out. And it's also got me thinking that, you know, she's got her talk show about to start back up, more than likely in September, like it's in a couple of weeks. So hopefully Kelly can pull it together and, you know, for her sake and the kids' sake and everything. So shout out to you, Miss Mama. So now I ask all of you, what do you guys think of this story regarding Kelly Clarkson and this story coming out regarding her ex-husband passing away from cancer? So whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.